Hi and welcome to SCW. Steve Chats Wrestling right here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing this particular video. Remember, you can subscribe to the channel right now. Just hit the little subscribe button below. Please like and share the videos. I recommend you do that. And if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section. Talking UFC on this particular video, and Brock Lesnar re-entering the octagon last night and defeating Mark Hunt via decision. Brock looked pretty good in the fight, to be fair. Always looked fairly in control, really, of this particular bout. One, not really knowing too much about UFC. I'd heard from a few people that Mark Hunt is a very tricky customer, and I have seen statistics. He is in the top 10 of the heavyweight division. So for a 4.5-year absence from the octagon, Brock Lesnar did fantastic, really, winning by decision, getting Mark Hunt on the ground on more than one occasion during rounds 1 and 3. Some good heavy blows in there as well. So fair play to Brock for coming back into UFC and to getting the victory. Also, you have to look and say from a WWE standpoint that this is a fantastic result. You have to be happy for them on that because, of course, Brock Lesnar has been built up as the beast for more than 2 years since defeating The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. So for him to be undefeated for a long time to then go in the octagon was a big risk because all that work that WWE has done to making him seem so powerful and unbeatable, for then him to lose in UFC would be very damaging on a WWE standpoint for their product, particularly when they're going to want to put someone over Lesnar eventually. So this particularly also looks good from WWE from a standpoint that obviously their athletes can go into this world and actually come out pretty well as victorious as well. So it's good on all fronts, really, looking at this particular outcome from this. And of course, CM Punk is going to make his debut in the octagon, I believe, at UFC 203. So that's going to be in September. So I'm going to keep an eye on that fight as well for you and see how he fares in the octagon. To keep it on WWE News briefly as well, allwrestlingnews.com, Kevin Owens actually took a shot at a WWE live event at Brock Lesnar. She said he was running up the crowd when he was going to have a match with Sami Zayn. Owens pointed out a fan wearing a Lesnar t-shirt and asked him, why don't you take that Brock Lesnar shirt off and actually get a shirt of someone who's actually a professional wrestler? So very interesting stuff indeed from Owens. He's never one to let anything go, is he? But is that going to actually cause maybe a start, maybe a tease for an Owens-Lesnar feud in a very long distant future? We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, we know Brock Lesnar's next destination is supposedly July 19th for the WWE draft on SmackDown, and then of course he's then going to be heading towards SummerSlam, where he'll be taking on the Viper Randy Orton. But yeah, just to then give you a more basic finish on this then from a UFC standpoint, Brock Lesnar defeating Mark Hunt on his return after 4.5 years from UFC. The question is going to be also, what is he going to do? His WWE contract runs out after WrestleMania next year. Does this mean that Lesnar is going to want to get back in UFC full time? There was a big heavy sort of emphasis on how he missed UFC and how he didn't really feel he had a fair go the first time round as well, because he was not very well, so he never had a chance to be his actual best when he was in the octagon. So I wonder if this really deep down means that we know where Lesnar's going to be in a year's time, perhaps what that will do for storylines in a WWE standpoint going forward. I think personally that Lesnar would perhaps at this early stage beat Randy Orton, but I can see Lesnar's final match in WWE perhaps putting other talent over. I can expect perhaps maybe the rematch with Roman Reigns to happen maybe before the end of this year, if not the Royal Rumble, or if not, definitely WrestleMania. So we'll have to go and see what happens there. But yeah, it'd be very interesting to see where Lesnar goes from here. Will he re-sign with WWE next year, or will we go back to UFC? I suppose it's a bit early to tell here, but early indication seems that he does miss the octagon. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave it at that notion. But what do you feel? Did you enjoy the fight from UFC 200? Have you seen it yet? What do you think will happen with Lesnar now he's back in WWE after this? Do you think he'll re-sign with WWE, or do you reckon he'll go back to the octagon? Let me know in the comment section of this video. And remember, you've been watching SCW. This is Steve Chats Wrestling here on YouTube.com. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the channel right now. Take care.